Hello. I'm gonna get back to work. Alright, so I got a list of bugs that I gotta solve. So I'm gonna get to solving them. Let's see, the first one is when we join a game in progress, we don't get the current game mode. So that's the first one that I'm gonna be looking into. Alright, so let's see exactly what we got going on. So what's the easiest way for me to get a join in progress? I can make a dedicated server and run it manually, but that kind of is a pain in the ass. So let me just try to look at what we've got set up and see what we can do there. So for our game modes, it's part of the in-game stats. So we've got this in-game stats options container. Okay, so we have match stats changed, in-game options changed, registered. But I don't see our... We have voting ended, so... Okay, this picked... Which game mode has been picked? This event, because we also have it so when we go to the post-vote screen, it's not always firing properly with this. So we should look at when we've set picked. And if picked is replicated. Alright, so picked game mode. And we have unpicked game mode changed. Do we have a begin play here? We do not have a begin play. Well, maybe that's going to be part of it, is that when we begin play, we don't actually... Yeah, when we transition levels, it's not going to pick this up. Alright, so why don't we add a begin play to this? Alright, what are we doing? Well, so on a begin play, we want to make sure to set our... We want to fire those events, don't we? So I guess inside of begin play we should just call these on reps. So the other thing to look for is if inside of our widgets we have this on like voting over, if we've got anything in here for well, I think this might do it. I mean, it's basically just if this level actor begins playing, we're going to throw these events. And I think that might actually solve a lot of our problems. Let's just go through. Alright, so I guess the other thing is we also want to check if voting is started. So, on votes changed. Yeah, okay, so this is current votes, voting options. Let's see if we have any voting options. I guess we have voting options changed. Alright, pick game zone, voting options, votes changed, vote to vote changed. I guess we just need to call all these on reps to fire all these events. That seems like the simplest answer. So to get a join in progress, what I need to do is I need to make a dedicated server, leave it, and then end it, vote on something, leave it, and then join it. All right. All right, let me see. Anything else I should be looking at? Should probably pay my bills. While I'm waiting to compile, I might as well get something else done. Alright, so we just need a dedicated server. I'll be right back. Alright, let's see. I've got an error here, which is cannot use in operator for simple chat and undefined. Well, I'm not really sure there exactly what that's all about. Let's ignore it. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, so let's vote on the next thing, which we'll do multi-ball, super sticky ball. Then we'll leave, and then we'll come back in, and we want to make sure that all the results and everything are correct. I don't see any of the stats showing up. Oh, give me a break. That's so bullshit. If you switch too many levels in the editor, it just freaks the hell out. Alright, so inside of begin play, it hasn't actually replicated any of our variables yet. Like, you'd think that would be a prerequisite for us spawning in, is that we loaded everything in the game. Because we've got the actual vote to vote. That's put there. Voting options is there. Current votes, picked game mode. So why is it not loading? Like, that makes no real sense to me. That begin play would be called before we have our information. Okay, so you're totally fucked for this. So the replication doesn't actually happen. That's... what? So when somebody joins this level, we'll get the information, but we're not going to get it immediately? That's just frustrating. Like, I would expect this to play, like, on rep. Yeah, we should see these votes change, voting options have changed. Let's put all these on reps in the same place, just so I know exactly where they are. But it's just like the information's not getting there. Like, we're not actually calling the on reps for. And it's this picked game mode has changed. This event is the one that we really need to pay attention to, because that's the one not happening. I swear to God, if I find that like the on reps don't even fucking get called, like, then what the hell, Unreal? Like, that's pretty broken. Or if you join in progress, on reps don't get called when things get set up. Maybe I should just Google that. On rep not getting called when joining server Unreal. On rep not triggered on client. Well, this doesn't really make sense because we transition levels. Alright, let's see what the hell was actually called. Did they ever say picked game mode has changed? No. No, it doesn't fucking get called. So how are we supposed to... Yeah, vote to vote has been updated, generic vote has been updated, sending 3 events. Yeah, like, what are these? Like, vote to vote and generic vote got updated. Like, these 2 got replicated, but the rest of these things didn't get replicated. Why not? Like, these F game mode configurations did not get replicated. It's not fucking built? God damn it. How frustrating. I mean, that's just... So, we have different variables on the... But if we had different variables on the server... Maybe we don't have different variables on the server. What if all we're doing is caching this information and it's not being passed across to the next level? So basically what we have to do is the previous level before server travel had this information on it. We need to store it somewhere. Okay, so we need level information to be stored. I think we're storing it on our game mode. So it's basically that we need the these variables to be set properly. And it's really that we're relying on the picked game mode. Travel's not set. So we actually need to get the current game mode. So it's going to be on the game mode, right? Well, that should at least set our variables properly. Maybe we should also set our vote to vote and all that. Yeah, if only debugging these things wasn't such a pain in the ass. Because the editor doesn't actually support multiplayer debugging, which is kind of insane for, like, when you think about it. An interesting streamer? I don't know, Kento. You might want to go somewhere else. It's just going to be a bunch of frustration. So currently I'm trying to fix when you join a match in progress, the game mode options are wrong, and the game mode options are wrong in the the post vote screen as well. So we'll see. It's kind of a tedious setup as well. So in order to repro this, I have to end the match, then I need to vote on the next match. I need to leave the match, then I need to join the match. It's also this screen that was wrong, right? Yeah. Alright. So we'll exit and we'll join. Holy shit, it actually worked. That was it. That was all we needed. Well, dang. Alright, well I guess I can move on to the next one if I actually got that working. Today is what? Today's Wednesday still? Alright. Okay, so the other thing that's not happening is we don't have icons in our shipping build. Like when I boot up our shipping build, alright, well I'll make a shipping build here real quick. Let me just Google it real quick, because when I run like our main Dashkin application, it doesn't have the icon in either place, so use pack file, generate chunks, supported hardware, target hardware. So we have these required icons. Platform Windows icon. Dashkin Windows build Windows application icon. Dashkin build Windows. Alright, so Dashkin build Windows icons. Do these things exist in our project file? So Dashkin build Windows icon. Okay, so they do exist. Well, let's go over to the build server and see if they exist there. Alright, well, it looks like they do exist, but why aren't they getting packaged up? Well, they exist in the main one. Do they exist in the mirror? Yeah, they exist in the mirror, too. Alright. So, if they exist in the mirror, let's take a look at our build scripts and make sure we're using the same basic build scripts. So what do we actually use to build? I think it's build, Unreal, build and publish x64 is what we run most of the time. So it's replacing build utils, set up Unreal projects, enable client plugins, create standalone client. Okay, so we're calling create standalone client, which is going to call run Unreal UAT, build cook run, no P4, build platform, client config, target is shipping, client config target, platform, server config target, cook all maps, build stage, pack, archive. Alright. Archive directory is output directory. Well, let's go look in the output directory over on that build machine. Get this shit out of my way. My build machine's desk is just covered in shit. It's like Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park, just covered in snacks. It's actually a lie. It's just covered in random shit like screwdrivers and snacks. Alright, some mirrors, ship project. Where's our output directory? Archive directory is just output directory. Alright, it's in, should be in saved stage builds. Alright, Windows, no editor. We have the icon here for Dashkin. When I boot it up, do I get the actual icon though? No, I get the Unreal icon. Because we don't have the icon on the actual executable for Dashkin Win32 shipping or anything like that. So do we have it here? So like this guy got the icon, but did this guy? Yeah, he got the icon here when we built it through the editor. So the question is why when we build it through the editor are we getting one thing and when we build it otherwise we get a different thing. This log is not complete either. I want to see the build log. Because it should be running UAT somewhere here. Yeah, okay, so what does their command line look like, and then what does our command line look like? Okay, so we're running build cook run, and then we give it the project. We say no P4 build platform is that. We have cook all maps build stage. Do we have pack? We have package, archive, and then archive directory. Pack prereqs, no debug info, build UTF out. Well, maybe we shouldn't have that prereqs on it. No compile editor, no P4 project, cook stage archive. Alright, so I can do -- help supposedly on the UAT stuff. Okay, so Dashkin, engine, build, batch files, run UAT.bat -- help. -- help doesn't do anything. Alright, let's just try - help. Okay, so compile. That is not fucking helpful at all. Jeez. Like, that's horribly incomplete for the automation tool. God. Let's see if there's anything we can actually read here. Nothing. Build Windows application.ico. So it's supposed to use that from here. Project root build Windows application ICO. Let's just see. I like when people don't actually post any helpful shit on any of this. They're like, oh yeah, you know, there's totally things. Basically, when we cook the game on the build server, we're not getting an icon for the game. So I'm going to run the build script locally here, and we'll see exactly if we see what we expect or if we see something else, and then we can start screwing around with the other stuff. So okay, need to chop these command line things up. So project is fine. Cook stage, archive. Client config, shipping, UE4, UX, pack, prereqs, no debug info, build, crash reporter, UTF-8, compile. Oh, come on. Like, I want the... Why isn't there just, like, UAT, Unreal, command line? Why isn't there a helpful reference? You can do this run UAT, batch files, there's a lot of information on the wiki. Okay, how to package your game. Okay, there's a lot of information, and it's a simple one-page page with jack shit on it. Like, it's not helpful. Like, what it should do is it should have a breakdown of what every single command line argument fucking does. That's ridiculous that it doesn't. Alright, so supposedly we've built it into stage builds, Windows no editor. And that was made today. Yes, that has the icon. This does not have the icon. So it has to do with whatever script we're using here. Okay. Are the prereqs here? We just have CEF and third party. We don't have the prereqs. Okay, so if we take off the prereqs, let's see. So what we want to do is this looks wrong. What? Oh, okay, so the bottom one is what we're using, and the top one is what they're using. So we probably want to start adding some of these in here. So we don't need the crash reporter, but we do want prereqs. Target platform? We have platform. So we're missing compile and some of these other things. All right. Well, let's see what we can do then. Yeah, I mean, the only way I'm even finding a command line for this that has anything in it is just by running the editor and viewing the logs. So